So I told Laurel, I love you for the first time. And her response was, thank you.
You guys, when did you know that Grant for Laurel, Laurel for Grant, when did you guys know that, you were the one for each other?
So I knew way earlier than Laurel did. In fact, we have kind of the famous statement.
Yeah.
I professed my love to Laurel, and now I can look back on it. And so I'll tell you the story, and then I'll give you a perspective on it. So I told Laurel, I love you for the first time, and her response was, thank you. And at the time, it was not the response that I wanted, but I've learned now to realize Laurel never says anything unless she truly is. I mean, unless she believes it with 100% of her being. She's not just going to say something for the sake of saying it. And I love that about her. It's a beautiful gift. But I was convinced very, very early on. And a part of it was because I saw, as time went along, that Laurel had so much value add. She's a truth teller. She would see through my stuff and help me see things that I'd never seen in myself before. And so it was easy for me to name her as the one. I think the other process has been a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, well, I think for me too, it was a growing time. Like we grew as friends together. So our story is interesting because I didn't really like him at all in the beginning. He broke up with me several times. So I don't know if we're the best for this dating advice stuff, but yeah, I think, like I said earlier, it was just picturing my life with him. And I don't know exactly when that happened, but I knew this is somebody I wanted to do life with. And I went into it with absolutely no doubts at all. I knew this was the person for me. That doesn't mean I haven't had doubts since. And I can't say that enough. I think it's really important. The commitment you're making on that day is one that it's sometimes hard to keep, but it's really important that you remember the promise you made and the vows you made, because what can seem so perfect at the beginning, marriage is hard work. And I'm so glad I'm in it. I'm so glad I've stayed in it through the tough times, but I can't say that enough, that the very person you think is the one at the beginning, you're going to question it at times. That's just the reality. And that doesn't make it bad or sad. It just is what marriage is.
Yeah. And even, Laurel used the word commitment, which is a beautiful word. Underscoring that commitment is a covenant before God, that we made a promise that, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poor, good times and bad, we were going to stick together. And so that's been an important part. And I think that's where you build the foundation of a great relationship from. Well, hi there. Are you struggling with life's questions? Do you have questions about Jesus, the Bible, or the Christian faith? Well, my name is Pastor Grant Fishbook, and I would be so honored to try and respond to your questions. Hey, check out the videos below, or ask your own question at our website, askjesus.net. Thank you so much for watching. We are so glad that you are here today, and we look forward to responding to your questions because your questions matter.